Yo, L&L. L&L. Woo, woo, woo. L&L show. It's hot, 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 taste it hot. I'm ready. L&L. Let's go. L&L show. Motivation speakers. Positive affirmation. Tune in every week. We need a Monday family meeting. Always cheating. Relationship advice on Wednesday so you don't go creeping. Thursday game time. Come in and unwind. Friday night shout out time. Creators grind and shine. Pop up at the pop up. Shop up at the shop up. Get your bomb.com seasons for your potluck. Tropical morning for your royalty. Live and live empire bringing all the heat. You wanna taste that heat? Woo. Try to taste the heat. Woo. Hot sauce, that sweet heat is banging like this beat. Woo. Chocolate burning, love, mild watermelon. Dynamite's the truth. Have you woo? Bigger nephew. Lenora. She know it's the truth. Chris. Everybody love Chris. Love it yourself.
It's the love
Hey,
and live
hey,
show. It's the love and live show.
love and live.
It's the love and live
We be laughing, having fun.
Get up and stay. Love and live. Get up and stay. Love and live.
Love and live each day as if it was your last.
Let's live the love and live show.
Smooches.
The love and live show. And live. Love and live.
Yep. Visit Love and Live
All right. Welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing today? What's going on?
How are you doing and doing?
How's everybody doing today? You already know what it is. It's relationship advice here on the Love and Live show.
Everybody.
And every Wednesday we chat it up with you guys in the chat. We have a little bit of a discussion. So if you're watching this now as like a replay, please make sure that you leave a comment right now if you have any relationship related questions, and we'll get to them next week. But Queen Lenore, how is everything going for you today? What's going on?
Everything's great. Everything's great.
Okay, so how are you feeling about relationship advice today? You feel like you ready to, chat things up, ready to talk through things?
Yes.
You feeling it? You feeling
yes,
a vibe?
I am feeling a vibe. It's in me. I am ready to roar. I'm ready to go. Yes.
All right. Well, with that being said, we're gonna welcome somebody in, and then we're gonna brief Queen Lenore about what's happening today. What's the thumbnail? What's the title? We're gonna chat it up. All right.
Oh, okay.
But starting with somebody in here, we gotta welcome in
Lena
Doyle
Doyle
Crafting.
Crafting.
Lena's in the
Hey,
building.
sis,
She's
how
saying,
you
"Hey,
doing?"
fam," and chat. Lena, the first one in the building. Thank you for being
Yes,
here, Lena.
we sure appreciate you, Lena. Yes.
And again, anybody stepping in, if you have any relationship questions, you can feel free to drop them in the chat. We'll get to them when we can. But yeah, so you guys already see it as you click this live or click this video. But Queen Lenore doesn't know everything yet, okay? She don't know. So we got to brief her on what exactly is happening. And so, I'm going to show her the thumbnail and the title so she can kind of get an idea of everything that's happening. So you guys, of course, like I said, already seen things, but we're going to pop this up on the big screen for Queen Lenore here. She ain't quite seen it. So, where is it at? Here we go. Boom. So this is the thumbnail right here. Probably got to resize it for y'all. But, as you can see right here, it's...
I got a heating vibe.
So
cheating video.
Cheating video.
That was
Okay,
a
so
cheating
cheating video.
video.
So what about a cheating video?
That's what.
What about a cheating video? So what about a cheating
I need
video?
to know about this cheating video.
Looking into
like,
the cheating video.
There's a cheating video.
All right, so this is what happened.
Okay.
Neighbor cheating on tape. Caught on tape. It was caught on tape. All right.
Juicy. I like juicy.
So
stuff.
the neighbor was cheating, and this person has seen the film, and they want to know what's the move. So we're gonna get into the details of all that in a second, but we gotta welcome somebody in. We gotta welcome in
the Bud Files.
Bud Files in the building.
How you doing, Bud Files?
All right. So
yes.
with that being said, that's our first one today. Queen,
Okay.
you got, well, that's not our first one. That's our big one for today.
Okay.
You have any ones that you want to get into, Queen Lenora? Anything that's coming up off your mind, or anything that you feel needed to say at this moment?
I tell people this all the time. Relationships are like the most beautiful thing in the world, but it's also the hardest thing in the world. But you can make it less hard if you communicate, and not just talking, but listening and hearing, and listening, understanding, and then responding to what the person is saying to you directly. Don't sugarcoat nothing. Don't go around the bush. Be open and transparent with the person that you're with. Mm-hmm. And I think you will build a beautiful and great relationship, period. That's just my thought process. Where you going?
I had to get my notes. My notes is not on this one. It's on the other.
Oh.
All right.
Chris, when you're in there, can you give me a cup of ice?
So, we're going to go ahead and get into it, all right?
Yeah, we're going to go on to relationship advice.
This is, we're starting off with a heavy hitting one.
Okay.
So, we know, during pregnancy, it's a little bit more of a demanding time.
Yeah.
Your significant other, your spouse, they're going to be needing a lot from you if they're pregnant. These are just kind of natural things that we know. We know there's a lot of different difficulties, whether that be certain cravings, certain cramps, feelings. You hear kicks. You know all these different things. There's a lot of pain that your partner is going to be enduring. And, some people, they might not immediately be understanding, but as things are progressing, they learn to understand. So we've got a situation right here where we've got a married couple, of course, and they are having a problem, all right? And this is all coming in from the husband's perspective.
Okay.
So this is baby number 3. Mm-hmm. This is the third pregnancy they already have 2 kids. Yeah. And so, he already knows during this time is a little bit more difficult. He knows his wife is a little bit more harsh. She ain't got the patience. She's, it's just kind of what's happening. He knows that. And he knows, okay, he got to man up to the plate. So he has in his mind, he's ready to man up. He knows he's going to be having to tackle a little bit more, maybe help the kids out a bit more, or just do more than he usually has to. He's got that understanding. But where we're having a problem is he's kind of feeling some type of way because, usually he don't have a problem taking things personal, but it just seemed like she's just kind of on a different level this pregnancy, all right? And as she's on a different level of this pregnancy, anytime he's saying something, she's like, I'm pregnant. So, so he don't really feel like she's listening to what he's saying. She's just like, oh, I'm pregnant. It is what it is. You're going to have to deal with it. You want the baby. So anyway, all that to say, things got heated one day, and he messed up and said something that, he meant to say, but he didn't mean to say. All right. And he said, I hate pregnancies. I hate when you're pregnant. And he just straight up said that. I hate when you're pregnant. All right. And so he said that, and he was like, ooh, things got heated. Of course, they had to have exchange and everything. As things cooled down, he realized, it's just hard because she's over here talking crazy to him. She's saying all these different things. She's, of course, being more demanding, more harsh and everything. But anytime he's trying to speak on it, he feel like it's being excused. So after he said he had the pregnancy, she said, well, you ain't the one throwing up. You ain't the one having to carry this baby. And so, he was hit with that in the face. But now that he's actually said that, and that that was said, of course, this is a kind of tensious point of their relationship. He wants to know how he should move on. Was he wrong? What he can improve on? What's some stuff he needs to be mindful of? He just wants some help in this situation. So what would you advise him? And we're gonna go ahead and welcome some folks in the chat. Straight off the cruise, we gotta welcome in Rooted in Essential Oils. Rooted in Essential Oils. Got that content coming out. You gotta check out Rooted. Rooted saying, hey, Love and Live show in chat, fam.
Yes.
What's going on, Rooted in Essential
check out
Oils?
That content.
All right, and some, nowadays we gotta praise God.
Yeah.
Because we've got Praying Couple Cooking Series. My boy DJ Vince on the turntables.
And my sis, Mrs.
Bling. She's blinging, all right.
Woo.
We got the Praying Couple Cooking Series in the section, Twirling In With Love.
Yeah.
They said Fan Bam's blessing, all right.
Blessings to you too.
She said, I love your hair, queen. I don't know if it's DJ Vince or Miss Bling, but one of them is enjoying your hair.
Oh, thank you.
All right, and they're going as far as saying that they love your hair.
All right, thank you.
So we appreciate Praying Couple Cooking Series for always showing love.
Yeah.
There's some really bright beings over there, so make sure you send them some love.
Definitely
But stepping back into the relationship question, we pretty much got a husband and wife going through some relationship problems. All right, she's pregnant. This is the third pregnancy. He kind of knows the drill already, but she just seemed like she's extra harsh this time. And anytime he has the conversation, she's saying, I'm pregnant. This is how I am. And so it all heated up. He said he hated pregnancies. He hated when she's pregnant. She responds, say, you ain't the one who's throwing up. And, of course, there's tension now, so he wants to know how he should handle things. What do you say, Queen Aura? Now you got this all brewing. And Miss Bling says she in the building. She blinging. All right, welcome in.
It's Bling, we blinging, y'all.
All right, so what you feel on that? What do you feel about that, Queen Aura?
I really don't want to make excuses for women at all, so I'm not.
Yeah.
We go through a lot of different things. Our body does a lot of changing.
I think some stuff could be said on both ends too. So, I feel like, you could say some stuff on the woman. Then, of course, there's some stuff to say on the man's side
I'm
too.
not going to say anything really to say on the woman because literally every woman is different and their body changes. And in reality, a men's body's not changing. Your body's not preparing to deliver a baby.
Yeah.
Your body is not aching. You're not getting a lot of different stuff going on in your body to have me say anything about the pregnant woman at this time because literally our hormones is flopping. We're carrying another child. We got to make sure to take care of that child. We got to make sure that child is healthy. Everything is good with that child. And as our body is doing its thing to prepare for that child. Where the man is just sitting around doing the same thing he was doing before he got me pregnant and after he got me pregnant. There's no body changes in there. He's not going through the hormone situation. He's not doing anything. So for me to say anything about the woman be just completely wrong because like I said, there's some women that will take it out of content, but that's not every woman. And each pregnancy, I say all the time, is totally different.
That's true.
And as your body, and especially the more you have kids, your body is just going, it's like a rubber band. It's going back and forth, going through this crazy thing. And then this man got the nerve to say, you tired of hearing that I'm pregnant. Well, then if you tired of hearing it, don't get the girl pregnant. You tired of hearing her say, I'm pregnant? Don't get her pregnant. Because literally, you got her pregnant, and the only thing that's changing in your life is you want her to be the same way she was before she got pregnant.
Well, pause, okay? Pause.
Now you want to pause.
Because, you're heating up on him right now.
Yeah.
Now, he knows the pregnancy thing. He knows this already. This is not his first.
No, he doesn't. Because
this is not his first rodeo. This is the third time.
But you're not listening. That's the problem that he has too. You're not listening.
It's different each pregnancy.
Each pregnancy, and your body did that rubber band thing over and over again. So how you felt during your first pregnancy and your second pregnancy is not how it's going to be on your third, fourth, fifth. It gets worse. It don't get better. Just because you have more babies don't mean like, now, she's not going to be as hormonal. No, it's really jacked up now. It's really all over the place now. It really is crazy. So for you to sit here and go, wait a minute, hold up, he's been to 3. I don't care if he's been to 22. I don't care how many you've been through. The woman is going through some emotional issues. So what he needs to do is apologize. Because as I said, every time, even when a woman goes to her her menstrual cramps, men are insensitive. And I just feel like they should have something where it just attaches onto your stomach and then all of a sudden you get cramps in your stomach and your back and everything. Because men can't handle the pain that women go through. Oh yeah, they can lift them weights. Oh yeah, they might can take a punch. But you cannot handle the inner pain of your body. The things that go on inside your body, you cannot handle as a man. So for you to have any emotional and have the nerves to try to get some hormonal issues because she's pregnant and she's telling you she's pregnant, she tried to warn you, I'm pregnant. That means shut the F up. And she cussing. Shut the F up. And that's what she tried to tell him. But he want to get all fed up and all, oh no, you not, no. You don't get that. If you don't want your woman to change, don't ever get her pregnant. That's just what I'm saying. See, people want to have babies. But see, there's a process to have these babies, okay? And I hate when I hear people say it takes 9 months. It don't take 9 months to have no baby. It takes 10 months. If you time 4 times 10 is what? 40. 40 weeks is 10 months. I don't know where they get this 9. I just be like, we all went to school and nobody understands math. Because, 4 times 9 is 9. 4 times 9 is 36, okay? Mm-hmm. It's 36 weeks if you only carrying the baby 9 months, okay? So, my thing is, it's 10 months that this woman is going through all kinds of crap. And then at the end, she goes through these cramps. They're called labor pains, and they're cramps. And then her back hurts, her body hurts, she's sweating, she's irritated. And the one person she's looking at is that man who did this to her. And he's just standing there looking all innocent. Oh, baby, you okay? Oh, you want me? What you want? Why you mad at me? Why you yelling at me, baby? What you get? Wait. Ain't nobody want to hear all that. Just shut up and take it like a man, because you took it like a man when you got my butt pregnant. I'm just saying, these are emotions that women go through. So what he needs to do is apologize and be like, you know what, I was wrong. Your body's going through all kinds of changes and emotions, and I was just feeling myself, and I didn't mean to feel myself like that. I can be feeling myself when you don't have no opportunity. Like, you can't even control your emotions, your feelings, your anger, the pain that's going in there. Your body's separating and doing this to get this wide load to come out. Because let me think about it, men. Think about it. Your little hole in your penis. Think about it. A baby squeezing out of that. Your body got to go through all this adjustment. And then the hole got to go through adjustment to squeeze the baby out and then come back into size. Because y'all too lazy, don't want to wait 6 weeks for the woman to heal before you want to have sex. Because some reason it's all about y'all again. But again, y'all want kids. Let's make this make sense. Let's add this stuff up because it's not working. The math is not mathing, y'all. So my thing is, apologize to that woman completely.
That's just there is a little update. He did say that he did apologize. He did come to his senses, and he did do that. So we good on that part in terms of real time.
Got me all up
but
here.
But in the moment of that question, that wasn't quite got to yet. But real time, he is. It's a recent update. But Prank Couple Cookie Series said, woo! And we got somebody sliding in on the turntables. That is DJ Vince Rockin'. DJ Vince saying, hey, y'all.
Yeah.
Rooted Essential Oils had to give their 2 cents and saying, they both need some oils for hormones and emotions.
Go.
All right.
Go to Rooted Essential Oils and get you some oil.
But they also need to come to an understanding with each other.
Yeah. That man needs to bathe in the oil. Find some oil that he can just bathe in a lather in it, because he done lost his everlasting mind.
Prank Couple Cooking Series said, I agree, sis. Yeah. And Lena said, I sure was all over the place.
Yes,
Rooted Essential Oil said, they do have that fan where the man can see how cramps feel like for a woman.
Well, that's what she need to give him. I bet you he'll shut up then. Because y'all, men can't take the pain that we go through.
And Lena said she think all men should go through that.
Yes. Because the pain we go through. You need to feel the menstrual cramp. You need to feel the pain when our body and our organs are shifting to make room for this baby that's about to come out of the vajayjay. And then sometimes if the JJ ain't acting right, then they got to get surgery and get their stomach cut. And have you smelled skin burning when they cut your stomach? I did, okay? When my sister got her, what is it called? C-section. I could smell it. And do you understand that? And then you got the nerves to be like, she keeps saying she's pregnant. And she carrying your child. You should be thanking God every day. And you should be praying that she make it and survive through it, because y'all don't know. We are almost on the edge and close to death every time they deliver a baby. Every time a woman is giving birth to a baby, she is close to death. Like, she's like knocking on the death door. So my thing is, think about that when you all up in your little emotional feeling. Oh my God, she's got attitude. Don't get a woman pregnant if you don't want to deal with her. Period. You don't want to deal with her attitude. Look at her during her time of month, and her mom look crazy. Just understand, times out by 50. And do you want to deal with it? If you don't want to deal with it, you don't want no baby. That's all I got to say.
So that is what Queen Lenora says in conclusion with that.
Yeah.
I think just in this general situation, again, the husband really has to be mindful of this everything that's happening here, because just like Queen Lenora said, each pregnancy is different. Each pregnancy is different. We'll be right back after this quick brief message.
You know what? I'm a really big fan of teas. I need a restart.
All right. We are back. Here we go. So, yeah, with this situation, I think, the husband really should be more mindful of the situation, because each pregnancy is different. But I also do understand where he is coming from in terms of he's feeling some type of way. Now, if he's feeling some type of way, this would be a moment where he can have somebody close that he can confide to, or maybe get him a counselor or something where he can express the way he's feeling without shooting them towards her. Because what he's going to do in that situation is cause a whole volcano, and then it's going to erupt, and it's just not going to be very good for cleanup. Everything's going to be burnt around. So, I think that's really what he should do in this situation. Look for somebody he can at least confide in, and know that they're not going to look at her no type of way, or just get him a professional. Whatever needs to happen to where he can get his stuff out without it coming back to her. DJ Vince said it's time to jump in and say hello to Queen and E of the Love and Live Show. What's going on, DJ Vince? Hey, Lena said you got Queen sweating over here. Queen, you need a glass of wine.
I do, because I get mad when men talk about, women's time of the month, their pregnancy and all that. And we just go through a lot of different stuff that you just have to bear with. And like I said, most men always want kids, but they don't want the trials and tribulation, that storm.
They want the calm, but they don't want the storm.
That 10 months that woman's going through the change. He wants her to still be the same woman she was before, and you ain't got that same woman now. She going through the change. It's like a butterfly. They go into a cocoon. Well, this cocoon is out, and we ready to fight, and we gonna bite your head off. That's what it is.
No, I think for him, he should already have an understanding of the change that has happened, because again, this is the third time. But I think he's not understanding how different things can be. He got this idea that pregnancy is just going to be one linear way. And just like Queen Lenora said, you never know what hormones is getting pushed through the body. So she might be an extra kind of love in one pregnancy. She could be evil on the next one. Or she might just act a little unusual. It might not be that far out in any direction. So you don't know what you're gonna get. It's a big roulette. So,
and men are like, I'm sorry to say this, men are like kids sometimes. Just because somebody went through something the first time and second time doesn't mean it gets easier. It can get harder or it can get easier. But you don't have a say in that, because your body is not doing anything. Your body is the same as before you got her pregnant, as when she's pregnant, and when it's after she's pregnant. Her body went through a whole bunch of different changes in these 10 months, and then still sometimes go through changes after the pregnancy. So my thing is, you're not going to ever get it or understand. So the thing is to be patient. You might need to spend more time with God and be on your knees and ask the Lord what you should do. But it should never be what you just said.
Yeah, because what he said is now causing a catastrophic problem. And
Yeah.
you know, even though things can get worse from what he said, because you know at least he took some time to clean it up. It's just the fact that was said, you know, during this vulnerable moment.
Yeah.
That is some damage that you don't know when it's gonna come back up,
Exactly.
how it's gonna come back up. And it's just something that, you know, if you know it's a problem, you might as well try to get ahead of it now. Now you got that wiped out, somewhat out the way. Moving forward, I think, you know, the mentality got to shift.
Yes.
We got to welcome somebody, and we got my boy, Leon
Leon
Cobb.
Cobb. Hey,
You
Leon,
know,
how
he
are
done
you?
said, I'm glad my time limit has expired on having kids. So I ain't got no time for this. You know, being a husband, you know, I want to talk how I want to talk. You know, you acting up. Talking about some having a kid, getting hormonal.
I'm
You know,
telling you, it
not
gets
the
rough.
conversation.
You know, it gets rough, Leon. That's why.
Yeah, but I think just in general, you know, standing on that, just understanding that. Because again, it's not like there's he should have no feeling. You know, it's not like he should have no feeling. Every human is gonna feel whatever they're gonna feel. But I think it's just the point of how you're expressing it.
There you go.
And so again, if you need to get you a counselor for this time, for this next couple of months or this year, whatever you need, until things can get cleared away, or you need somebody to really got on speed dial to have a conversation and de-escalate, then you got to do what you got to do. But
Exactly.
I think it's, you know, one of those things you just kind of got to step to the plate to, especially during this pregnancy. We got to welcome somebody, and we got
Rose. Hey,
Rose
Rose.
is in
How
here
are
saying
you?
hi. How you doing, Rose? And you know, it's easy for me to say this right now as a young man without somebody going through it, but I think, you know, when you at that point, you definitely know you gotta step to something in that realm.
Exactly.
But we kind of talked about that one for a nice little bit.
Yeah.
So we're gonna step into this next one. You know, we got people who grew up in different cultures, and different cultures they have different expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, even just person to person, some people they have some ideas in their mind or some things that they just think that this is how things are and how things are supposed to be. So when the parents' conversation come in a relationship, you know, it can go any different way. And you know, this is a married couple, and to speak of in-laws, when you usually think of in-laws, some people, you know, they assume it's going to be a negative situation. But in this situation, it's actually not fully that way. You know, the wife here got a good relationship with the in-laws, vice versa on the side. But right now, we're talking about the husband's mom and dad. And so she's coming in with this problem that she just recently stepped in. She really enjoys the you know, mother and father-in-law. They got a good relationship, but they stepping into retirement. And one thing that they've kind of been expressing to the husband is that they looking at him for a retirement plan.
Oh.
He is their retirement plan. And so, you know, they like, you know, we done invested in you your whole life. Now it's time to eat the fruits of our labor. And, you know, as he's a married man, he got more to, you know, think about than just himself. And so his wife just found this out, and she having a problem. So she's having a problem. So she now has all this stuff. She now has this in her mind. And of course, all the worry, all the different feelings. She want to know what's her next step and how can she make sure that her husband is understanding we's not a retirement plan. You know, you could throw a little bread here and there, but we are not the retirement plan. And you know, she just feels like, all right, you know, you can help take care of your family, you can do all this stuff, but if they're living it up and they going over there on vacations and all this different stuff off of our dime, we're gonna have a problem. Because, you know, they got plans of having kids and settling down and doing everything on their own right. And they haven't quite got to those different milestones yet. So what do you recommend for this young woman, Queen Lenore?
Do they have a lot of money?
I mean, I think they're getting by. I mean, it's not like a crazy amount, but, you know, they're probably a little bit over the, you know, over middle class. They're kind of, you know, upper middle class there.
Okay.
They're comfortable living right now. They're comfortable living.
Yeah.
But that's just them. So if they have kids, they have all these different other expenses.
Yeah.
Things might be different. They can be in a different angle. So that's what it is.
Mom, what you think? What? My mom is here. She is not paying attention.
No, you done caught her off guard with that question.
What was the question?
The question is, it's a young married couple, and the parents are wanting to retire on his side. And they've been looking at him as a retirement plan because they put him through college, they did all this stuff. So they invested in their retirement, which is him. But the wife is not feeling it.
Oh, the parents is looking at the son as their retirement.
Yes.
plan. Boy, you know, sometimes life ain't a block of chocolate. Yeah, they invested in the wrong. That's not a good 401k. Yeah.
That wasn't a good
That
401k?
wasn't a good 401k.
My mom said that wasn't a good 401k.
Yeah, we don't say I'll stick with my nieces and nephews.
Plan or a pension. No, they need to go to something else.
So that wasn't a good one. So what should we tell the wife? Because she's trying to figure out how to explain this to her husband.
No, I wouldn't try to explain to the husband. I would really talk to God and let God explain it to the husband, because when you're talking about parents and stuff like that, you know, guilt and all that other kind of stuff. Well, my parents did this for me and blah, blah, blah. It puts like a ripple into the marriage, to the relationship. So I wouldn't do anything. Just always keep everything to the forefront. You know, they know what their budget is. They know what they can and cannot do. If it goes outside that, I mean, he has to come to her and say, we can't do this, that, and the other. And she would say, well, we got to put our kids to college. We got to do this, that, and the other thing. Same thing that those parents did for them. They got to do it for that. That's the only time. But I wouldn't go straight to that parent, to the husband and say anything about the parent. Not me. I think that causes too much friction, and then it becomes not them anymore. It becomes should I or should not, and puts a lot of pressure on the husband. And he, because she's the closest, the resentment would go towards her.
So talk to God first, is what she said, because God needs to talk to the husband, and the husband can talk to God too.
And how do you feel about that, Queen? This situation, not what she
I'm
said.
always
this situation.
I'm always bad. My mom told me not to tell my friends a man's cheating. I did, and then there I was in trouble. Not friends with that person no more. So, so
now,
my
Lena
always
said that's what the bottle of wine is for.
Because you know me, like if we start struggling because you're going through this, there's gonna be resentment on both sides. There will be resentment on both sides.
That's why you should trust God. A lot of people don't. They
It
just
is.
their own hands.
Yeah.
And God will give her the timing and the words and the right things to do at a certain time. But if you don't, you go off on your own, your repercussions. And a lot of people, like what you're saying, I don't feel that somebody should tell their spouse, somebody that their spouse is cheating. But what a lot of people do is when the woman comes to you and says, "You know he was cheating?" They say, "Yeah." So that makes them feel stupid.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be acting like, "What? I wouldn't even," and give them that kind of encouragement.
Yeah.
You tell them, "Yeah," then you're like, "Yeah," because that anger got to go somewhere. So all of a sudden they're gonna go straight to you.
Yeah.
So you can't. But a lot of people just say, "Girl, I knew that from a long time ago. He was cheating. And he was with so I
And I do that. That's why I'm always in trouble. That's why. But now that I'm on my new journey, reading the Bible daily, y'all, I'm getting better. The old Lenore is really creeping in the back, like just really creeping in the back. But sometimes when you get me first, the old Lenore always pops up front, and then the new one tries to come in later and apologizes and stuff. But that's why you got to listen to somebody who's wise, who's going to give you information that wants to make sure your relationship stays together and stays strong. That's why, like, if I go through something big, I go to my mom because she ain't going to never just take my side. Even if I'm right, she don't take my side. I already told you how she did me that one time. So, yeah, she don't be taking sides, and she'll deliver me right to James. I got to read the whole book of James, and then we got to read Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Over and over again, and before we can come talk to her. So just know, What she's telling you is good. Yes, it is. Talk to God first.
And we gotta welcome. We have a good thing coming in. We gotta welcome somebody in. We got
GJ Threefold.
And GJ Threefold saying, "Talk to God first." Sounds like how it went with Mary and Joseph. Joseph to know what was going on.
Exactly.
And GJ3 saying happy Wednesday to everybody, and he hopes that everyone is okay today.
And I'm just gonna tell y'all, Eli got one more time to interrupt me, and we will be going to commercial.
All right, so we're going to have to talk to God first on that question because that's a God conversation that we're going to be having. And we need to speak in for some divine intervention.
Yes. But yeah, like I was saying, you do want to talk to God first. It's a great path to do and have that relationship. But it is one of those things that I'm honestly say you have to have that relationship. Because I have talked to God and taken it from God. I've talked to God, taking it from him, and you don't want to do that. You want to talk to God, give it to God. God will direct your path, and he'll do it in the correct timing and a correct path. But if not, you will be like me, and it's a yo-yo effect. And you will be emotionally crazy if you don't. So it's not just talking to God. You got to wait for his answer too. And you got to wait for him to guide you. Because, see, it's easy for me to talk to God. I could tell God, Lord, I ain't doing that, Lord. And then, so I talked to God and told him I ain't doing this. So you really got to listen and wait for God to respond and answer. So it's not just talking to God if you want to have the direct path for that to work.
And so in the times where what GJ3 was saying, say yes and be patient. So you feel like that's you're stepping in a different walk.
Yeah.
If you were hearing that without that mentality, what's the first thing that is really coming to your mind with this situation here? Because I know if this was your real life,
well, my thing is, it's hard for me to say anything because literally I don't know what their financial situation is.
So it all is based on the financial.
It really is,
so
because if we have the money to help the parents, I'm an advocate of let's spoil the parents. They raised you.
Yeah.
You became this wonderful man. Yeah, I would love to spoil your parents. Let's do that. And I'm not talking about getting mad if you're going on trips and stuff. I'll be the one sending you on trips. If we have it financially, now we don't have it financially. It's a whole different conversation. I'm like, we ain't even got to discuss it. You ain't getting no help. You need $50, and we got $50. Here you go. But we can't be your retirement plan. That's just something we can't. Even if we had tons of money, I'm still not your retirement plan.
Yeah.
But we will give you some money, and you can do what you need to do and call it a day. But I'm not your retirement plan because anything can happen. And right now they don't have any kids, but I know you want to put away for your kids, put away for the kids that you don't have right now. But for me, in my perspective, the way I am, I'm just that type of person that if we have the financial ability to give his parents some money, let's do it. Why wouldn't I? I don't see a problem in doing that. It's not a problem to me, because we're family. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have that. Like, I got to hold on to the dime, every piece of penny. But I'm just like, if we don't have enough money, you can't look at us financially. We barely
we're trying to stay afloat.
Yeah, so we ain't afloat. We all going to drown if you hold on to me. Matter of fact, we might be next to you looking at your pension.
Well, we didn't say you have to be still. You have to be still in that conversation. And I think, again, when it comes to this whole question and the whole thing that is arising in her mind is really the kids thing. That she's thinking like, future terms. Okay, we might be able to handle this, and this might be a burden we can step into now. But we talked about having kids. We talked about this, that, and the other. Maybe buying a bigger house or whatever it may be. So I think that's where she's kind of rooted in this conversation is, okay, we might be getting by how we are now.
Yeah.
But for these different things that we talked about and changes in our future, I don't necessarily think that this retirement plan is going to be working out.
Well, I'm one of those people that, like, if you're already planning on thinking about you need a bigger house for kids, why not have a mother-in-law home for the parents? Like, you could be a side house or build an extra room and they have their own kitchen, their own quarters that come in and go. We don't ever have to see them unless they come over and see us. And they have their own side of the house. So that's taking care of anything. So the little money they do have that's coming in, they could do whatever they want because
Yeah.
everything is already provided. If they're hungry, there's food in our kitchen. I mean, that's how I think anyway. I'm always about being close knitted with the little family. I think that's because I don't have a big giant family that I feel that way all the time. But I don't see where there would be a problem. Like if you already planning on getting a bigger house, get a house that you guys have a mother-in-law suite, and then your mother and dad can stay there and have a kitchen, a bathroom, and everything else, a little living room, and company could come over. We would never know, and they ain't even worried about it.
GJ3 said, yeah, if you can afford it with no problem, then help if you want to, but also as long as they want you to do so. There has to be some relationships that may have wanted for people to help them with the cost. So that's why he says that. There's some people that they might need some help and they might want you to help. But then at the same time, there's some people you might be helping, they actually don't necessarily want your help.
Yeah.
But I mean, in this situation, these in-laws are definitely calling to some help on the husband's end.
Well, yeah,
They're looking at
because
him
I
as
mean, putting you
retirement.
through college, putting you through all that stopped a lot of the stuff that they did. And I don't think they had the knowledge and the wisdom, because I'm just now learning it. It's a privilege for you to pay for your kids to go to college.
Yeah.
It is not something you have to do. And I think the way we are raised and brought up, that we have to pay for our kids to go to college. Even the state does that. Like they'll go, oh, well, we got to go off of your parents' income and we got to do this. Or, so it's a lot of that's always put on the parents to feel like they did it. So, yeah, they feel like, okay, we invested in you.
Yeah.
We need some investment. We need some return on our
get back.
our investment.
I'm trying
like
to
you
reap
done
what I sow.
graduated, we went woo. So we want some return in that, because we would have money if we didn't pay for you to go to college.
It's a fruits of labor conversation.
So
and you can understand it to an extent, but also, like you had said earlier, well, I know, no, like Grandma had said earlier, it's also the fact that they might be trying to do the same thing. Just the same way his parents helped them and bring them up through college, they most likely have the same plan for their child. They want the best for their child. And if college is in line for that, then of course they want to do the same thing. So
they gotta also understand just the way that the parents is doing it right now. Depending, you might be in that same situation.
Exactly.
And you gonna want your kids to do so. Do what you would want somebody to. Treat people the way you want to be treated. That's just really what it is. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Because we can sit here and say, yes, they want to do this for this invisible kids that they don't got yet, and all this other stuff, while the parents are still alive. But at the same time, the parents die. They be like, I wish I would have did it. I wish I could have did it. So my thing is, it still goes straight back to what my mom said, basically. You want to pray and have the guidance. You want to stand still, like Lena said, and like DJ said, be patient for the word and go what is in line with God is telling you to do.
Yeah.
Because everything right now, we can do a whole bunch of different scenarios, but literally, I mean, I don't see what's wrong with praying and waiting on God to order our steps in the direction that we need to go. And my thing is, loving and giving, I don't see anything wrong with that as well, because God is nothing but love, and he is nothing but about giving, and the more you give, the more you receive. So you can have all the stuff that's blocking you, but what you're doing is blocking yourself from all these blessings. And why do you want to block yourself from these blessings? That's what I don't understand. Like, the more you give, the more you're going to receive. My mom always taught me, even when I was growing up and stuff, if you hold on to your money like this, it's squeezed out and you're losing it. It's squeezed, but you give, and you're giving away all this stuff, and God is easily to return and give you plus more. So why are we holding on to stuff for something that ain't even here yet? But the parents is here. You know what I mean? So my thing is, I think we put too much into it, and put too much into in-laws and stuff. When you're married, yes, we call them in-laws, but that's your family. It's not really in-laws. That's your family. That's now your mom. That's now your dad. That's now your cousins. Those are family. And the way you would want somebody to treat your family, treat that person's family the same way.
Absolutely. And GJ3 said, order my steps and order my steps. He loves that song.
Yeah.
That's what he's
That
preaching to everybody.
song.
That's the song. That's what
Yeah,
you
it
be
is.
thinking about. So I feel like that one really encompassed that situation really well, though, because instead of jumping right into things, if you think straight on your reaction on that instance, things is gonna play out in so many different type of ways. You know, you don't even know because it could be so variable. But stepping into the next situation here, we're stepping into the title. All right.
Okay, the title.
So this is a married couple. And so, of course, the wife has found something out about the neighbor. All right. And, you know, this don't really have nothing to do with the couple. You know, the couple, they're cool and everything. Everything is fine and dandy. But they found some stuff out about the neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, she was over here doing, for whatever reason, you know, scrolling some different sides of the internet. And she had found a tape of her neighbor. And, you know, there's no doubt about it. This is the neighbor. You know, no doubt about it. And it wasn't the husband she was handling business with. And, you know, they've known these people for about 20 years. So this is, you know, this is a neighborhood friendship that, you know, they really know each other like that. So she would know also these facial features, these, you know, these looks. This is definitely
Not that.
Deborah on the block, you know, whatever you want to say, whatever her name is, fill in the blank. This is definitely that person.
Yeah.
So with all this being found out, obviously she know it ain't the husband. She just wanted to know, because this is, you know, it's hard for her to try to hold water on this situation, but she wants to know what she should do.
What Lena just said.
And Lena's saying, mind your business, stay out of it, leave it alone.
That's the best way to do it. It ain't your business.
And
it
listen,
ain't your business. It
I
really
think,
ain't.
you know, I think something like this too, it's the neighbor. You know, like people, they get in their friend circle, they get in their family circle, whatever, and they have the urge to do something like this. You might have a close relationship with your neighbor, right? But at the same time, why are you playing with fire? You know, why are you playing with fire like this? Especially when they know you so long. Because if you say something, this is going to be taken on a beyond personal level. Because you've seen this person, you know, even if you ain't said a word, you see this person every day, you know, or a couple times a week, whatever. Hey neighbor. So you got a good rapport on that end. Why would you want to crush something and create so much chaos that's straight across from you? Now,
A lot of times people do that. I'm going to just say from my point of view, from how I was before I, you know, had to crash and burn when I was younger, is you feel like obligation to, not a super, you feel obligation to a loyalty to these people. So like, what if that was my husband? You get that in your mind. What if that was my husband? I would want somebody to tell me, you know?
Yeah.
And we feel that way strongly. We all do until it happens. Then we want to get mad at the person that told us. But in our mind, we feel strongly like if that was my husband, I would want somebody to tell me. I wouldn't want to be feeling like and looking stupid like everybody knows. It could be just that whatever, but everybody knows that I'm being cheated on and I was the last person to know. And that's what we get in trouble with.
Yeah.
Which your problem should be like, it's none of my business. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to be, why am I looking?
Yeah.
Naughty on me, I shouldn't be looking at what y'all doing over there and keep it kicking. That's not my business. And that's just where it should be, and leave it alone. Because it isn't your business. It is not your job to try to, you know, save somebody's feelings from being hurt or something like that. I mean, when it comes free and comes out, you ain't got nothing to do with it. And like my mom said earlier, you should look shocked. Like, oh my gosh, that's what happened. Oh my goodness. That's the conversation you should be having.
And just like she said, nobody want to really hear that. And at that moment in time, they're going to take all that frustration out on the deliverer, you know? It's always don't shoot the messenger, but you right there.
Yeah.
So
you hurried up and put that mail outfit on and said, "I'm
ready
man,
to
I'm
load the
sending
gun
you
and shoot
letter."
at that point. Well, Lena said first thing is going to be said is why you in my business.
Exactly.
And the thing is, why are you in the business like that? Because as much as this might be looking like something to you, like a scene to you, you never know what kind of thing people is into, especially nowadays. They'll be doing so much and posting it on the internet.
I need you to call my name.
Queen Lenora. But before I say that, before I call Queen Lenora, picture this. In this situation, the husband could be the one filming. All right, go ahead.
That's what I'm gonna ask you. Who was filming? That was my question. Who was filming? Because I need to know who was filming it.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, I hope you are not the neighbor sitting up there filming this mess. And I was like, because you are a pervert.
Yeah.
Like literally. I know you're trying to prove your case and all, but you too way too invested.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my question. I'm glad you said, because I was like, I want to know who was filming it. Who was filming it? So who was filming it?
Well, this obviously the you don't know who's filming it, because the video is between the neighbor and some other mystery figure. We don't know who the figure is. All she knows for sure is that's the neighbor.
So did she see
the
a
neighbor,
video?
She's seen the video.
Where
She
did
was
she see
on.
it?
You don't know where she was looking, but she found that video.
Oh, so there's a video floating around.
The video, I wouldn't say it's floating around. She found the video.
Oh.
So she's seen this video for sure. So this is right now the wife laying down in the arms of another man.
Ooh.
So she's seeing this, right?
Oh.
But what you don't see is maybe this is what the husband like. He might like this.
He might be
There's so
filming
many
it.
different quirks that people have, or different
they might
things
need,
that they're
that's probably
attracted
how
to.
they living in the house.
Yeah, it's just, they could be swingers. They could be
OnlyFans.
Yeah. So there's so many different things they could be having going on. Just like Queen Lenore
Keep your
said,
mouth closed.
this could be a business venture. They could be on OnlyFans trying to rank up some extra money.
Yeah.
You don't know what is going on.
Exactly.
And just because you know them for so long and you think they're a mature couple, there's a market for everything. So
Yep.
I think, it's best for you to stay out of this, because
it's none of your business.
it's just
The husband
unwarranted.
probably already know, and it's probably not even fair. This is probably
This is
them
just a
making
normal
their
Friday.
money.
This
They
is
could
a
be-
Friday.
Yes.
This
Y'all, you need to stay out of people's business. Stop looking out your window.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've been too it wasn't even a window.
It was in the
Okay.
browser window. Sorry.
Okay, well, you can look in the browser window, but
It
you
was
don't
in
need
the
to say
browser
nothing.
window.
You don't need to say nothing. And don't be telling all the other neighbors either.
Well, this is the type of stuff that, again, it could get you in a lot of trouble, because you never know what the reaction may be. This could be. You got to think about yourself too. Just like you're saying with the loyalty conversation, a lot of people, they like, what if I was in this situation?
Yeah.
Well, just because you might be a certain way in this situation, don't mean the neighbor's going to.
And
be.
you're not even 100% you're going to be that way in that situation.
That's because it ain't happened to you.
Yeah.
And so if
That's
the neighbor
true.
decide now they want to burn your house down, now you done put your family and yourself at risk. Now you sabotage. Now they got a hitman. You don't know what could happen.
And the way society is right now, really stay out of it, because it has literally, because there is open relationships. People are,
Exactly.
There's relationships that are building their own porn sites, and they're doing all this other stuff. And you might just been seeing it because of course it's floating around on the internet.
Exactly.
So my thing is, you probably paid to watch it. I don't know, but my thing is, that ain't none of your business. Let people do their business on their business and call it a day. That just stay out of that completely. I mean, I was saying stay out of it before, but literally stay out of it, because people don't want the people to know what their income is or stuff like that, or what they're doing to make money.
Mm-hmm.
If they're trying to look like a certain type of way,
portray themselves. A
yeah,
certain way,
and then
picture perfect.
now they over here, porn stars and stuff like that. And here you come. I saw you on a video. No, just don't.
Well,
It's gonna be uncomfortable for everybody. So you don't want to
sure
do that.
would.
So
And it's
just
gonna
leave it
break
alone.
everything down, and it's just more hassle than it needs to be.
Yeah.
If you feel like everything's floating on the way it needs to be, why add the chaos to the situation?
Mm-hmm.
We gotta welcome in my mother. We've got Mother Earth Consultant. Mother Earth Consultant saying,
Hey, sweetie, how you doing?
She said, looking good, Queen.
Oh, thank you.
She said, like Mary and Joseph again. Pray for them for this one too. Since you're talking about wanting to keep peace.
Yes.
And we got to welcome somebody, and she be doing the mukbangs. We
Yeah.
got
Tay
East.
East.
Tay
Hey,
East in the
sis,
section.
how you doing?
Tay East, and thank you for the shout out on your live. You was talking about us over here on the Love and Live show. We appreciate that.
And that sandwich was looking good today. I ain't never thought about making that sandwich, but I did today.
All right, and
Ooh.
Lena said they will turn on you.
Yes, they will.
GJ3 said, oh no.
Yeah, they're
Lena
gonna
said
turn.
they probably have an open relationship.
That's
GJ3
true.
said, but what if you really care for the people though?
Keep your mouth closed. That's how you care for them. Pray for them. Like you said, GJ.
Yeah.
Just pray for them. That's all you got to do is keep them in prayer.
Mother Earth said exactly, Lena. There's a lot of different types of relationship these days.
It is.
We got to welcome somebody in. We've got
Old Lady Sky.
Welcome in,
Old Lady Sky.
How you doing? Thank you for being in here.
Yes, thank you.
And if you got any relationship-related questions, make sure you guys drop them down in the chat. GJ3C, you know, there's got to be some kind of civil kind of way to deal with it. GJ3 wanted to fix this situation.
You can't fix it. You can't fix it. It's on the internet. Whatever they doing is their business.
And see, GJ3,
they ain't got nothing
you know,
to do.
what if they don't want to be saved? What if they don't want to be saved?
Well, you know.
GJ3 said, let's just pray.
That's all you can do.
And it don't get to the point where, you know, you might want to have to do something.
There's nothing nobody's going to do. It's like literally it's on the internet. And people found out, like, my daughter always talk about doing the OnlyFans on her feet. People just have fetishes of just looking at somebody's feet. So my thing is, people have all types of fetishes and stuff that we will never understand. I know I will never understand.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, let them do them. Like, all you can do is let them do them. And you know, as a neighbor, you can pray for them. You can, you know,
Lena
go over
said,
there, bless their house, you know.
Lena said, GJ3, put a biscuit in your mouth and keep walking. Oh, my goodness. That's a funny one there. We got to welcome somebody in. She's an entrepreneur. She's doing it how she got to. We got Beauty Boss by Jamie.
Hey, Jamie, how you doing?
Welcome in. Listen, Tay said, no problem. When the product is good, I can't help but to shout out. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sis. Thank you so much.
So we got that one kind of stepped up and cleared away.
Yes.
Just pray to
Now,
leave it
GJ
there.
GJ got a biscuit in his mouth now.
GJ, he said, Lena, I hear you. So stepping in with this next one, we've got some tension in the relationship here. And so just building this whole scenario, we got a younger couple and they ended up living together, but building the situation. Let's just start from the beginning. Okay. So they actually met on a dating app. And so as they met on the dating app, they went on about 3 dates. And, you know, then they just like, you know, we probably just kind of be cool as friends, to be honest. And so she was looking for somewhere to stay. And he was staying with his best friend. So we asked, you know, we definitely could get some relief on the rent here. I know somebody, she's looking for a place. Why don't we just have her come live here? So things is going cool. Things is kosher. And, you know, he actually had stepped into a relationship while everybody was living in there. And so the relationship was, you know, nothing too long, but it was a couple months of a relationship. And once that relationship ended, they actually picked things back up. Him and the girl that met on a dating site and everything like that. And then now that is his roommate, they started stepping back into a relationship. And so here we are just a couple years later, out of the blue, she just kind of went off on him and was like, you know, I'm still feeling some type of way about you having me in a monogamous relationship. And, you know, you had me splitting my love up and doing all this stuff. And he was like, wait. Didn't we agree that we wasn't going to be anything and you wanted to come live there and everything was just fine and dandy? What's all this stuff coming up now? Like, so he's here confused about how she's feeling. And she's feeling some type of way, feeling like they had a 3-way relationship going when he feels like he's only been with one at a time. This is a crazy, chaotic type of situation. And what do you recommend for it, Queen Lenore?
So they end up being roommates.
So so all that to be said, put simply, nice, short, and sweet.
Thank you.
They got together on a dating website.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, couple dates in, we're not really gonna be doing this, but she needed a roommate.
Yeah.
Why don't you come stay with me and my friend? They staying with me and my friend. He gets in a relationship, things are going, oh, okay, lasts a couple months, breaks up with her, slowly drifts back into having something going on with this now roommate. They get together, they move on, move out, whatever, they're in a different stage of life, but she's resenting that situation and she felt like she was put in a 3-way relationship. There was some monogamy going on. There was some foolishness going on. Some sister wives conversation being talked about. So how do you feel with that? DJ3 said, that sounds like Jerry Springer to him. Mother Earth said, it's just different perceptions of the situation. And of those different perceptions of the situation, how what's a good way to diffuse this? Or, because he talked to her about it. He was like, explaining the whole situation, bringing it back. No, I was talking to you at this time. You said you was going to be a roommate. You was living at the house, Oh boy, everything sounded all cool. You was living good. Then I got in a relationship with Sally Sue. Things didn't work out, but I started feeling you again. Now we're in a relationship now. So he don't know where all this is popping up from, but she's holding resentment towards this situation.
Because she never let go from the beginning. So literally she was doing what women do. We say stuff that we really truly don't mean. And then now we are feeling like, okay, we're being used and you're dogging us and you cheated on us and stuff like that. And that's one of those things that I don't know why men do it. Men have a different thought process.
Yeah.
And they can literally sleep with one woman and be with another woman. And they don't have that emotional attachment. Where the women, we have that emotional attachment. And especially when we're living with you, we still have that emotional attachment. Because we don't even have time to even separate it. Because now I'm looking at you all the time. And now I'm looking at you with this other woman, which is like, wait a minute. I wasn't completely done with you. Even though I agree that I was done with you.
Yeah.
Which she is completely wrong in. But I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like there's nothing he's going to be able to do to get out of that situation, literally. And are they together right now?
They're together right now. And she's feeling some type of way. And they're on a whole different stage of life right now. They done moved out of that situation. And they're, living together. And I don't know what their plans are for the future. But they know they're not at the roommate house anymore. So there's definitely been some time between these two situations. But some conversation just happened. And she feeling this resentment. He's just like, he thought they was in a good place. He was fine and dandy, like, oh, happy life. So, GJ3 said also sound like there's some company, but on the flip
Three's
side.
Company. Get the show right.
There's some Three's Company, but on the flip side. Yeah. And he said, girl, move on.
Yeah, but my thing is she's bringing up stuff that is irrelevant. Like, literally, if they weren't together and then he ended up dating somebody else, and then they got back together, she shouldn't agree to move in, knowing that you had this relationship. But as women they think that I can get the man back if I'm closer to him. And we have our mindset as women thinking, I can control the narrative, and I can do this, and I can do that. And now that he's now with her, she's now taking the time to go, you've been cheating on me this whole time. Like, you had me as, like you said, sister wife, and you had me as this. And she's clearly wrong in that perspective, because he was open and honest, but she didn't take it that way, because in her mind was, you're mine the whole time. Like, and I don't know how to explain it. Let's go ask my mom.
Oh, well, there's a part in there that hasn't been told to you guys, because human behavior doesn't act like that unless the person is crazy. Yes, he probably did have her move in, and he had another relationship, but he did have sex with her all through the time. Now, it was good for him, and in his mind, as she would say, she's just going to allow him to have sex, but know that he's with somebody else, and then he went straight to her. He's leaving that part out and saying, why is she acting this way? A woman will not act any way. A woman, if there's no signs of interest, unless the woman is kind of crazy, cuckoo for program, she won't pursue. She won't let you lay with her. She won't do anything like that. But if there's a play, if there's some type of encouragement, of course. And in her mind, a little encouragement means that she has a chance. And that's why she's acting that way. He has to take some type of responsibility to say, wait, okay, yeah, I had sex with her and stuff like that, but I thought she understood. No. Nobody understands that.
Yeah.
Man or woman. Nobody understands that. They think that there's going to be something, that's how they react. And so she's paying half the rent, she's doing this, and she thinks that there's something there. And then he's then all of a sudden says, No, for real, we're just friends. Yeah, we're just, no, I thought you were like brothers and sisters, like, what? And he can't say that, and that's why she's resenting, is because now the rejection is clear, and she doesn't say, well, why did you do all this? Why did you put me in this position? Why did you let me allow my feelings to get this way? And so like I always say to men, don't dip if you can't really commit.
Oh, that should be a t-shirt
that's a
right
quotable
there.
right there.
That's a t-shirt right there. Don't dip if you can't commit. I like that.
GJ3 said someone had started out as a roommate, then something had went on. Three's company on the flip side.
Come and knock on my door.
Mother Earth said, "Oh, mom is there."
Yeah, mom's here.
Beauty Boss by Jamie said, "Love y'all."
Love you too.
Tay said, "Okay, who is that? Okay, tell it."
That's my mama over there.
So in that situation, I think she explained that very clear.
Yes, she did.
Some other stuff that, of course, is missing from that dynamic because, you give people an inch, it's easy to go the mile. But if you weren't given anything, then there's nothing to go off of there. And there's no way that things will blow out to the situation, I guess. Yeah. GJ3 said that last song she had said was real good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was a good line right there. I'm telling you, that's a shirt. Don't dip if you can't commit. I like that shirt. We should all get one.
Yeah, and I think that one kind of just generally wraps up that situation there because, he's saying he's confused on how she's acting and, she just is exploded all of a sudden. But people don't really think about long term. You might be having something going on. Again, he got this relationship or whatever that they stepped into. Again, it's that give and take. You was giving something, she was taking something. There was something that was communicated, whether that was physically, whether that was emotionally. There was something there, and he's not really acknowledging that factor. And so now things is blown up. He's like, what? What happened? What's going on?
What's going on?
It's just me and you right now. What you talking about? Sally Sue done left. But
that was good.
This is a situation right here. I think we probably end up wrapping up after our next two. So this is the one right here, and this one is I found a little bit off. Okay, so in this situation here, if say something had happened to you, right? Who are you gonna call? Say right now, let's say you happen to fall into an accident or even get in a car accident. You're cognitive enough. Who are you gonna call?
My mama.
Instantly, off the rip.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna call? Emergency strikes. You gonna call anybody? Are you just gonna call 911?
If I had an accident, it all depends on the scenario.
Yeah.
If I had an accident, yes, I definitely would call 911, or if there's a cause of danger, 911 would be the first action to call. If I was upset emotionally and I need somebody to talk to, I would probably call my daughter, the first person that that I can say, hey, this is what's going on, blah blah blah. What do you think?
Okay.
Those are the things I would do.
And Tay say right here, she's gonna call Ghostbusters. So but so in this situation here, we got a couple, a married couple.
Yeah.
And so she's thinking right now that she kind of in the wrong. Okay, so she's conflicted in this situation because something had happened. She had got in, a mishap. And so instead of calling her husband, she called her way out of the situation. She called her Uber, cab, whatever, and got up out the situation that she was in. Okay? Of course, once things died down, she called and did everything that she needed to do. But her instant thought was, all right, I'm going to get up out this situation again, and I'm going to call my way out of here.
Yeah.
And so now she feels that she called the transportation before her husband, that's a point of conflict. And mind you, this is kind of like a newlywed relationship, so they just trying to find their way of everything. And you know, he had no problem with it, but she kind of found some type of internal conflict with that. What would you recommend for her in this situation here?
Okay, so she was in an accident. She called herself out. And she's up. He
Yeah.
ain't upset, but she.
No, he ain't upset at all. He ain't had no problem with it like that.
Stop putting too much into it. Like, why? If he ain't having a problem with it, you shouldn't have a problem with it. You just now know I can now call my husband. You got to remember you went from being single to married, so you got to get used to being able to know that you can call somebody, because usually you've been by yourself this whole time. You always relied on yourself to do it. There's nothing for you to be beating yourself up. You just now I have a husband to call. You know what I mean? Like, the reason I didn't say I was going to call my husband, because half the time when I do call him, he ain't got his phone next to him. So, you know, and now
That's
that
not-
my
that's
mom,
not the line like that, yeah.
And now that my mom learned how to answer a phone, I'm going to call her, you know? But literally, don't beat yourself up on something that, no, ain't nobody even worried about it. It's just you worried about it. But you went from being single to married. You got to get used to saying, oh, I can just call my husband.
Yeah.
You know, instead of, let me do Uber, because we're so used to doing stuff for ourselves that it's hard for us now to transfer over and then put that responsibility on our significant other now. So don't beat yourself up over it. There's nothing you can do about it. It's done and over with. He's fine. So why are you holding on to something that he ain't even bothered with?
It's not even a problem for him. Tay saying, let me stop playing. She calling her mom. Okay, on a serious note.
Call him mom.
Did you just think he said, but he was thinking about the same thing when you heard that at first. He was gonna call them Ghostbusters. He was gonna do it. So that was that, and she was just saying, do I try to justify herself? Like, is there something that needs to be going on there? Bubba 007 Hall said, don't throw me under the bus. He's not feeling that conversation,
Every time I try to call him,
talking about his husband. You done
he be
summoned
like,
your
my
husband
phone
up
was
in
in the
here.
room. He said every time I call him, his phone is in the room and he in the living room. That's why he can't answer. So I ain't calling him.
All right. So this is a nice little one we're gonna throw in here before we close out. You ever seen your significant other with a hairdo that's just like, oh no.
Yep.
So this is what this young lady has stepped into. They've been together for 6 months. They just, just got at the dating stage. They boyfriend, girlfriend. They enjoying things. Happy life.
Yeah.
Okay, but then, old dude came to her with this hairdo, and she was like, huh? Is this you? Is this the right guy? Like, just yesterday you was looking like this. You're real nice. Now today you looking not so. And so, she feeling some type of way, but what do you recommend for her in this situation? As lighthearted as it is, she done went from, oh yeah, he good stuff to her. Let me think about this. Let me double think things real quick. What do you recommend for somebody in this situation?
Well, I don't know. I can tell you what I did, but I don't know if that's right. But when I met my husband right here, the one I just got online, and when I first met him, I did not like his hairdo, okay, and it did not look good on him or anything. But I just had to get my hands on it and cut his hair. So what I did was, I learned from the Queen of Compliments, my mom. I like, you got some beautiful eyes, and your hair is blocking that. I should cut it so you can look more handsome, because your hair is blocking your beautiful eyes, and we need to see that. Come here, Bucci. I got you.
So you came and found this way to sweetly kind of like step in and, kind of working the mental level here with the slight manipulation into getting your desired outcome.
I didn't know manipulation at the time, but now that I know what manipulation truly means, yes, I did all that.
It's a nice little gaslight.
Yes, I did it all.
It's a little something light.
I did it all. I'm just gonna tell you.
It's for the greater good.
Because sometimes people just don't tell you. And you thinking when you see yourself in the mirror, you think. I remember when I learned how to put on makeup.
Tough stuff. Yeah.
I thought I did my makeup good. My mom said I looked like a clown. So you didn't.
Not everybody's seeing what you see.
Yeah, so I knew I didn't want to come at them and say, don't do that.
Pause.
Yeah.
Straight from Bubba 007 himself. He said, no, she bullied me. He don't necessarily think it was the manipulation going on. No, you straight bullied him.
I did not bully him.
Into cutting his hair. I don't think.
No, I didn't bully him.
From the way he's saying it, it don't sound. That's not the kind of language that you was using. If he's feeling bullied.
No, it's exactly what I said.
If he's feeling bullied though, he felt bullied into the situation.
No, he's overacting.
He said men don't really think they'll take pointers if you tell them.
Yeah. And usually you should probably not say nothing, let them go through the phase, because literally, y'all see I change my hair every 5 seconds. There's about some hairstyles, Chris be like, oh. And I'll be like this, do I look cute, baby? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go in my room. So, probably shouldn't say nothing, because as women, we wouldn't be mad if a man had something to say about our hairdo. Like, literally, we would be like, you don't like this? Like, I really did this. You don't like this? I think it's really cute. So, we shouldn't say nothing. Like, literally, we probably should just let him go through that phase of his own to do that. But, no, I didn't. But I didn't know better than either. And we were not married at the time. We were just dating. And I saw that hair. But I met him with that hair, and I was like, If we date, they got to go.
You know,
because Chris got long hair, and I'm.
Tay said she hollering over there.
It was not. It was not. It wasn't a God thing for me at that time.
Oh, man.
I knew God, but I didn't talk to him about the hairdo. So I was just like, come here. You know what? And I had scissors. I didn't even have no clippers or nothing. Had some scissors, and all of a sudden I knew how to cut the hair like as if I had clippers, y'all. I was like a professional at this moment. I clip, and so.
I think just in general, it's something that, again, like you said, let them get through that phase, okay?
Yeah.
Because as they got it on, they feel like they got it on. The talk of the town, like, ain't nobody got nothing on this hairstyle.
And they are the talk of the town.
So. Exactly. Whether that's a good or bad talk of the town, they can't tell the difference at that time. I'm looking good.
Yeah. Prime example. You guys know my biggest pet peeve. You see, Beyonce ain't said nothing about Jay-Z's hair.
No, but Jay-Z, he got some inspiration. He's going for a look, okay?
Like I said, Beyonce ain't said nothing about Jay-Z. Beyonce's looking all her hair is fabulous, and we got Jay-Z. I don't know what's going on. I know when we get rich and our mind is different and we have a different set, but literally, she's not saying that, and she's being a good supportive wife on that hairdo. So, let your man. Yeah,
let him, and when they step out of it, then that's a conversation you might be able to pick up.
Baby, that was a hairdo you had at one time. Yeah, let's not do that again.
Yeah, you could do something like that, but I think you just gotta be supportive as you can be. Especially if you really like the person, then if it's not just a looks thing, you can get through them when they got this ugly hairdo. There might be something really there that you could really pursue. Yeah. Especially with you and your 6 months, if you could deal with him with this ugly hairdo, God knows what you can deal with. He walking right next to you.
Expressing themselves now with their hair, like women express themselves with their hair, and they might think that's the new
That's the
look.
way. That's the new way.
Yeah.
I'm starting my. We on something right now.
Yeah.
And my boys got this hairdo.
Yeah, you don't want to step on that, because literally, if you came in there with that polka dotted green orange hair and you thought you was cute, you wouldn't want your man stepping on that. That's the main person you want to cheer you on. So be that cheerleader for that man. Don't do like Queen did and sit her husband down and say, hey, baby,
Lena
you got
said he
five.
having a few brain farts. Okay, it's not working. them farts is funky too.
Girl, I thought it was only me, but yeah.
Oh man.
So just be very supportive and loving, because, and I say this because women, we are very sensitive. And so when we come up with our crazy hairdo, like I come up with different hairdos all the time, and my husband is dealing with every hairdo I come up with, and he has never pushed me down or talked about me or anything, and I appreciate it. because I'm expressing whatever emotion I'm expressing. I feel like I want to have orange polka dotted hair. Chris is like that, baby, you look good. We should be the same way with our men.
Yeah.
That's just what we should. And then we should, when we see them out in public looking a hot mess like they do, we just, baby, you looking good. Don't my baby look good, and be just confident right along with them. Don't be embarrassed. Don't try to put your head down like, be just as confident. Because I really do appreciate my husband for never saying nothing. And I know. I put on some wigs that I don't like, but because I paid for it, it had to go on my head. And Chris don't say nothing. He just be like, you look good today, baby. And I appreciate that. Because I'm looking at it like, ooh. Well, I did spend this money on it, so plop that wig on my head and stuff like that. So I do appreciate it. So I'm assuming that a man is going to appreciate you supporting him and loving him all the way, no matter what the hairdo is. So yeah, just be supportive and stuff like that. And if you can't, then that man ain't the one for you. You know, because I look at like I said, I ain't gonna never forget. I'm not gonna say the name again, but yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and welcome somebody in. All right. She's coming through saying, hey, sisters on Strawberry and Bro Panda. We got Sandra Clark, a.k.a. Boo Bears.
Hey, sis, how
Boo
you
Bears
doing?
in the house. What's going on? How you doing, Sandra?
She be cooking up the breakfast every morning. I'm checking her out every morning eating breakfast.
Yes. And she said, happy Wednesday.
Hey.
Happy Wednesday to you, Sandra.
Yes.
Thank you for being in here. Truly appreciate you. And so we kind of wrapped up our, relationship
advice. These were some really good questions. Yeah. You guys were in the comments really giving some good advice. And then my mom was here. So
we got some
advice.
Good notes, different things to take in.
We even got a quote to put on the shirt now.
Exactly.
So we're doing really good today. I think we had a really good relationship advice.
Yeah, so if you guys are now watching this, even as this is wrapping up, if you're watching this as a post up as a video, make sure you comment and let us know some relationship topics you would like us to talk about for next week.
Yeah, hit that like button and share it out as well.
And as you know, we're gonna be here tomorrow for game time. So we lightening up things. We stepping out of the relationship tension. We playing some games. Just having a good time.
Yes.
And with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and close out by saying, remember to love and live each day as if it were your last. Thank y'all for watching.
Smooches.
You guys take care.
Yo. L&L. L&L. Woo. 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 Love and Live show. It's hot. Taste it hot. I'm ready. Love and Live. Let's go. Love and Live show. Motivation speakers. Positive affirmation. Tune in every week. We need a Monday family meeting. Elijah always cheating. Relationship advice on Wednesday so you don't go creeping. Thursday game time. Come in and unwind. Friday night shout out time. Creators grind and shine. Pop up at the pop up. Shop up at the shop up. Get your bomb.com seasons for your popular. Tropical morning. For your royalty. Love and Live empire. Bringing all the heat. Wanna taste that heat? Woo. Try to taste the heat. Woo. Hot sauce, that sweet heat is banging like this beat. Woo. Chocolate burning, love, mild watermelon. Heat. Dynamite's the truth. Have you woo? Elijah, favorite nephew. Lenora, she know it's the truth. Adriana, Chris. Everybody love Chris. Love and Live show.
It's the love and live show.
Love and Live.
It's the love and live.
We be laughing, having fun.
Get up each day. Love and live. Get up each day. Love and live.
Love and Live. Each day as if it was your last. Smooches. live. Shot.